Phillies deadline day. Breaking news.
How about this? I come back to introduce our next panel, and Jack Fritz is taking over because we have some breaking news. Go ahead, Jack. What do you got?
The Philadelphia Phillies are finalizing a trade to acquire outfielder Harrison Bader from the Minnesota Twins.
Just a guy Hall of Fame. Just a guy Hall of Fame.
A true master, that Harrison Bader.
Yep.
That'll be sound
like
moderate. So for the second time in 3 years, Dave Dombrowski has 2 deadline deals with the same team. Last time it was the Twins. He made 2 separate deals, but this time it is the Minnesota Twins. All right, let's react to it. Let's welcome in our newest panel here, Hugh. We are joined by the entire afternoon show. Jack, of course, at the trade desk, and joining us now, Ike Reese. Ike, how we doing?
Doing pretty good, Joe G. Thanks for having me. Hugh Dougie.
What's going on, man?
I'll let you boy.
How you doing?
Spike, how you doing?
Harrison Bader is just a guy. He's just a guy. He's a good fielder. What is he hitting? 250, 10 home runs. Another just a guy. It's like
Welcome
Max Kepler if Max Kepler wasn't so horrible. Just a guy. What a disappointment. I'm sorry. If Harrison Bader is their bat, that is a disappointment. He is a fine player. That is it.
258, 12 home runs. You almost
There
nailed
it
the
is.
spot on without even probably looking at it. All right.
Just a guy.
So we can do a lot of conversation on what they did last night, which is the huge move. But this is now, I have to think this is the bat, Spike. I mean, I'd be surprised if they get another one. I mean, maybe they'll get another complimentary guy, a bench guy. But this feels to me like the bat they're going to get. And this guy's probably going to play most, if not every day in the outfield. Is it fair to say you're underwhelmed?
Well, he's a fine player, and if you had told me you could either have a really good reliever or a really good bat at the deadline, I would take the reliever for sure. But when names are being floated around like Steve Kwan and Eugenio Suarez and all that stuff, and you wind up with Harrison Bader, who gets traded at every trade deadline in the history of baseball and never makes a difference on any team he plays, that's just like, I don't know, it's disappointing. Now we will see if guys like Quan even gets traded, or the guy in Baltimore, whether he gets traded, who's also a better player. He's fine. Harrison Bader is better than Max Kepler. He's a good fielder, and he is a solid bat. It's fine. It's just like I got my hopes up, and this seems like a trade deadline where teams are going hard. Like the Mets have already gotten 2 really good relievers. So we'll see what happens the rest of the deadline. But if this is the bat, it's a little underwhelming.
You know
to
what?
me.
Out of curiosity,
Yeah.
Spike, would you have been happy with Luis Roberts? Just out of curiosity.
Well, the Luis Robert. Yeah, Luis Robert.
Well, he's just playing a WIP spin on it.
Yes.
Alshon Jeffrey helped the Eagles win a Super Bowl. He became Jeffries. So.
I would have been more excited with Luis Robert because the ceiling on Luis Robert is a lot higher than Harrison Bader. Harrison Bader is exactly what Harrison Bader is. Now, there's a better chance that Harrison Bader does what you expect him to do, I think, than Luis Robert does what you hope he will do, right? Luis Robert's been hitting 200 for 2 years now, and we can talk about all his
300 in the month of July.
Great, but still 200 for 2 years.
That must be Ike's guy.
He's
for him,
he's had one
got
good
that
year.
From Fritz.
Oh, you got it from Fritz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I too wanted.
That is my guy, though.
I can tell because you're correct.
I too wanted a bigger bat.
Yeah.
I think it is worth noting. Just Bader's having a good season. And if you throw his numbers onto the Phillies, he has the 3rd highest OPS on this team. Like we have,
it's 340.
Hold on. We have gushed this year, or at least a lot of people have, about the bounce back Trey Turner season. This guy's OPS is higher than Trey Turner,
Which is not.
Well, I know, but Trey's been pretty good, right? Or good.
Yeah.
This guy's having offensively a similar season to Trey Turner, and
But he's not the power that we were looking for.
I understand.
You got the same home run power that you were crying about with my guy Bomer over there at third base.
Well,
it's
yeah.
the same power from the
right.
right
But
side of the plate.
maybe this guy won't cry in the month of October when he strikes out.
That's a good point.
Maybe he'll have a backbone. Jack,
good point.
your first thought on Harrison Bader?
So
It is a good point.
It's an upgrade over Rojas. I wish he was hitting better against left-handed pitching. He's not doing a great job against left-handed pitching. He was pretty good for the Mets last year.
Yep.
Like I thought he's like an energy type guy that I think he's a really, really good defensive center
Is he a
fielder.
Philly guy is the question.
Oh, he's a stone Philly guy.
Well,
You
here's
kidding
what I'm
me?
asking. Here's what I'm asking. Are we going to, I'm assuming this is our philosophy now, we're going to try to win this thing with defense and pitching.
Yes. That's what it
Because I
feels
want to hear
like.
about the offense. You got 4 hitters at the most that you can rely on in this lineup. So you know that the bottom half of this lineup is more likely to make outs than produce. So when we get to the postseason and we can't score more than 2 or 3 runs, I want to hear about a run shortage or power shortage that we're going through, because right now to me it's clear that we're trying to win this through pitching.
That's why we got Duran.
Like, we're trying to win this through pitching.
Yes, they're trying to win 2-1, 3-2.
Yes.
They hope Schwarber hits a home run, Hope Harper runs into one, and away we go.
A lot of tight games, fingernail biting,
and pressure on those top 3 or 4 in the order to get some runs.
Oh, it puts all the pressure on the top of the order. It puts all the pressure on the top of the order. Where's he bat? 5th?
No, he's like 6 or 7.
It's even better.
Yeah, they traded Hendry Mendez and another right-handed pitcher for him, so really nothing. Mendez they got from the Brewers.
We traded nothing and we got nothing.
Yeah, but he's
better than what they have.
He's fine.
Yeah.
The thing is, here's what I think is going to happen.
I love this.
I know.
He
is.
The bar is on the floor, though.
I mean, if the floor is Max, if the bar is Max Kepler,
what are we talking about?
Kepler's not going to be. I think their plan is Bader and Marsh in center, and Crawford's going to play left field. I think Crawford's going to be here tomorrow. Like, I think that
well, at least that gives us a little X factor to this. Then it's something new.
We're going to bring up a guy who may or may not be major league ready while we're trying to win a World Series, and we're going to make him our everyday left fielder.
Yeah. Just like, he's going to be a part of it.
With a straight face.
Great confidence from Jack, yeah.
Just like they did with Rojas in 23.
How'd
that work out?
Almost to the World Series.
Oh, stop. He killed them in the LCS.
I know. No, Bader's fine. He's just it's not you're not excited about Harrison Bader. He makes them better. He's a good quality major leaguer that I think is going to hit a big home run at some point.
Here's what I would say about the Phillies offense is that, and that I've been pretty consistent about this, is that I don't think adding a bat that they were going to add. You can change the complexion of the bullpen a lot easier than you can change the complexion of the lineup. And really, in the playoffs, it is going to come down to whether Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Alec Boehm, the guys that are already in the lineup who have already produced are going to produce. The problem last year was that those guys, by and large, did not produce.
That's 2 years.
But that's what I'm saying. But I guess my point is I can't change all those guys, and all those guys are there. Kyle Schwarber hit a home run for all of the re-signed Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber hit a home run his first at-bat of the playoffs last year, and I don't think he got another hit the rest of the playoffs. And so if it doesn't matter if we add Steve Kwan or if we add Eugenio Suarez, if Kyle Schwarber goes through a playoff series and hits one home run, we're going to lose. So I agree with you. I wanted something better than Harrison Bader.
A closer doesn't matter if you don't have the lead.
Well, you're right.
Well, but they had the lead in games last year. And
but that's last year. That's last year. I'm just saying the closer doesn't matter unless you have the lead. You got to have the offense first.
So do you not like the strategy? I mean, the strategy is clear. They went and spent big on the bullpen and small on the offense.
Listen, I'm perfectly fine with what they did yesterday. I'm just saying if this is going to be it, how am I supposed to feel like we're better? Like are we any closer than we were?
Well, they're closer because of Durant.
How much significant? Like how much?
Well, all right, even though they didn't hit last year, go back to last year's playoff series.
Here's the thing:
Wheeler left. It was 1-0. If they close that game, they're up 1-0. That changes the whole series.
Okay.
I mean,
all I'm saying is, for me, the offense has always been my biggest concern. It's always been my biggest concern. You have pitchers, sure, going out and getting Durant yesterday, that's going to help you. I got no problem with that. But to act as if that was the major issue with the team and that solidifies everything, I just don't see that. I don't see that. If we don't have the lead, the closer doesn't matter.
I know.
If we're down, if Nola can't pitch and if Sanchez can't pitch and if Wheeler isn't at his best, then it doesn't matter. The closer doesn't matter. We had the best bullpen in baseball last year, and it didn't matter against the Mets.
Now, they didn't pitch well in that series, though. If they had performed like the best bullpen in baseball, they'd probably move on. They probably would have won the series.
They may have extended the series.
It goes game 5, yeah.
The Mets' offense was better than our offense.
It was. But Estevez gives up a grand slam. Game 1, they blow it. I mean, that's 2 games right there that they could have won if their bullpen just performed the way it is. All right, Harrison Bader from the Minnesota Twins is the guy. Jack, I have to imagine this is it.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
There could be. Do you think there could be another sort of mid-level bullpen arm, or do you think this is all they do?
Yeah, I think like if it gets closer to 6 o'clock, you assume the prices come down as teams know that they're not going to be able to, trade their guys for what they thought. I think they could get another bullpen piece, but I think like bat-wise, that feels like the bat.
Could they get another Bader? Like, remember the Braves remade their whole outfield in 21? Rosario, Soler. Like, Harrison Bader doesn't excite us, but 2 Harrison Baders with length in the lineup. Could they do another move like this?
Theoretically, yeah. I mean, they didn't give up real prospects. I mean, they gave up a guy who was probably in the 10 to 15 range for Harrison Bader, and some guy, honestly, I've never heard of. So, like,
that's saying a lot.
You've never heard of him, yeah.
And the Twins never heard of him either. They took him.
Well,
yes.
So, like, yes, they could. I'm not getting that feel right now. Like, that feels like the bat. And then I think Crawford they're going to view as the second edition. That's the second bat.
So how do you feel today?
Well, I'm thrilled about Duran. Disappointed in Bader. I think he's fine.
How does it balance out for you?
They are better, but so here's my dilemma. They're better. The Phillies have a better chance to win the World Series today than they did 24 hours ago. There's no question in my mind.
Okay.
But the Mets got better. The Padres got better.
I was going to say they weren't the only team that got better.
Yeah. I imagine by 6 o'clock the Dodgers are going to do something. I'd be shocked if they just sit around. This is what they do every year. So,
but even if they do,
they're still right there. They're still the favorite. That's who they are. So I feel better, but I wanted to feel great, and I feel better. Spike, how do you feel compared to yesterday?
I would say the same as you. I mean, there is a timing aspect to this, too, which is unfortunate in that if they had traded for Harrison Bader yesterday, and then at 4:58 today they traded for Joan Duran, we would have been elated because we would have gotten, like, debatably the best relief pitcher, available. Yeah. So I'm trying to, like, compartmentalize my disappointment in Bader in saying that, like, I think Bader will be will give better at-bats and is a better fielder than whatever innings he is replacing. And Duran is obviously a huge upgrade in the bullpen. So they're better, and I think if we flip the days around, we would have felt a lot better than we feel right now. It's just that when you start off with Duran, you feel like you're building up to a monster deadline. And by the way, this is still the most significant trade that Dombrowski has made deadline since he's been
without question.
In charge of the Phillies. It is it's a significant move.
I also will say this. I think even if on the Spike scenario of if they had a Duran today, I think it would have been more of a relief feeling that this isn't all that we did. Right. So we got a great pitcher, and yesterday's move to bring in Bader wasn't the only thing that we did versus coming off of being excited about yesterday. Listen, baseball is baseball. And I understand all the traditionalists want to get into the weeds of everything, but damn it, offense matters. When October rolls around here, I want to know about who's hitting in clutch situations and driving in runs. That's how we got to the World Series in 2022. That's how we came up short in 2023. And in my opinion, that's why we went home early last year, because we did not hit. So for me, I wanted to feel more comfortable about going to the plate against, regardless of, we got the best pitching staff in baseball. I'm confident there. Hell, the bullpen may not even matter to that degree. If we put up enough runs, if we could put up 5 runs instead of trying to win games 3-1, 3-2, then I'd feel a lot more comfortable knowing we can score 5 to 6 runs a night.
Well, I agree.
That's just where I'm at.
Well,
That's just where I'm at with
the best they've done in the postseason is when they're hitting for more power. And, and this year's team has the least power we've seen. It's really just Schwarber. Now, I don't know if this says more about the Phillies or Bader. I keep looking at his numbers. I think he'd be third on the team in home runs.
That's a Phillies.
That says more about the Phillies.
Right, but I know, but they just got a guy that now slots third in home runs on their team.
With 12.
With 12.
And John Morosi just said that it seems like Stephen Kwan's going to get traded today. So that's the other disappointing part.
It feels like it's the Dodgers.
Let's see where he goes.
It's going to be the Dodgers.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it'll be the Dodgers. Of course it's the Dodgers.
The Dodgers are going to get Stephen Kwan?
There is.
They got money.
They don't have enough talent. Haven't you seen their team? They need more.
They got
Jack
money.
can tell you. I've been telling Jack.
Yeah. Let's try beating the Dodgers 3-2.
Yeah.
We're going to roll out Kwan, Ohtani, Freeman, Betts to start the order.
Yeah.
Will Smith, who might be an MVP candidate.